The San Joaquin Valley, a place abound with food, but where a decent bite may be hard to find. My name's Ramon. My mission? To find all things hidden, delicious, and unique that the valley has to offer. Joining me will be Angie. And Mark. And together, we'll find out what's good, Fresno. This isn't your ordinary Chinese food restaurant. It's the Grand Palace, located on the corner of Blackstone and Swift. The Grand Palace's owner, Tracy, let us in on what makes her place so different.
You've actually introduced us to some really interesting things tonight. Like one of the things you mentioned was that there's more than one menu here.
Yeah, this is the dim sum menu. That's the chef special. The Chinese traditional menu. When our grand opening Fresno, they talk about this menu too, and a lot of people came for that.
Nice.
Came for the Chinese menu.
We had some really great dishes that we wouldn't have even seen otherwise. So if we're looking for a great place to have lunch on Sunday, if we come here, you'll have the dim sum cart.
Yes.
Do you just pick what you want off of the car?
Yeah, and the car, like a traditional, like some stuff coming out. You can see the real one and not the picture. And oh, I like that one. And that's put in the
just like they do it in Los Angeles and San Francisco.
Yes, yeah.
Did your brother mostly cook for your family, or who did he cook for?
He cooked for family too. When like a family event come up, he always the major cook too. He cooking for Imperial Garden for many years too. When he immigrated from China, and then working over there for 10 years.
We noticed how fresh all these vegetables are. Do you get them locally here, or?
Oh, my brother, every morning he wake up early, go to the local farm, buy it before he come to work.
So he goes to the farmer's market and grabs fresh ingredients every day.
Especially the vegetable with the leaf.
Your prices are surprising. Not that they're expensive, but what you get for the price that you guys have, I wouldn't expect. Is that kind of level of detail important to you?
It's no problem, right? I think it's because it's like, everything, every detail we go on, start cutting a vegetable, almost our own people do it, Yeah, even cooking like that, yeah.
So what makes your restaurant so much different and so much better than a lot of the other Chinese restaurants in town?
First thing, like compared to different restaurants in Fresno, most customers come, I heard they talk about the environment they like. Yeah, so I have the environment they like it, and then they said the food and service. Of course, this is our point. We have to focus on this, right? Since we open on September 6th, nobody take a day off. Our whole family.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now, it was time to experience the Grand Palace for ourselves.
We're here at Grand Palace. We're very excited to be here enjoying some great Chinese food.
Yes, and not only that, but we're also going to be enjoying some dim sum, which to Fresno, you probably are not used to this. It is excellent. Our first dim sum was the hagao, steamed shrimp dumplings. These have the rice coatings on it, or the rice flour. Yeah, these are rice flour.
Rice flour.
Yeah, you can tell because it's a lot more translucent.
I also like the fact that the translucency will let the pinkness of the shrimp kind of peek out a little bit.
Just barely. You can see that there is more than just shrimp in there. I'm not sure what it is.
Garlic, some onion. Now we were also told by the owners that when you have dim sum, you have to have a hot tea with it. I usually like my tea with a ton of sugar in it to get some flavor out of it. The tea is kind of earthy, but then when you mix it with the flavors, let's say the shrimp dumpling, like they work together very well.
I always go with hot tea with Chinese food. I think that it pairs extremely well.
Next, we tried the cha siu bao, pork-filled buns.
I've never been able to find them in town, at least not of decent quality.
How are we gonna grab this?
I've ate them with my hands, to be honest.
No.
I really don't have anything against that, as long as everybody's hands are clean.
A tip, there is a little bit of paper on the bottom.
Don't eat it.
Don't eat the paper.
If you need help with fiber, go ahead and leave it on, but generally you take it off.
They were the perfect late night snack because they're nice and they're warm, but the dough around the outside is light, but you still have some protein from the pork or whatever they're stuffed with. So you end up being able to go to bed full content.
The first thing that really impressed me is how soft and fluffy the coating is.
Yeah.
It's like a little cloud.
When I bite into a good pork bun, the world is right. Then we had the General Dong's chicken, one of Mark's favorites.
I love General Tso's chicken. I've been here like 3 or 4 times, and it's my favorite thing to get here. It has the perfect flavor. I think it just tastes absolutely the best. A lot of places you go to, it's kind of soft and mushy by the time you get to eating it, but here it's like so fresh. The breading on the outside is still a little bit crispy, and everything just goes together really well.
In fact, when you use good fresh vegetables, it comes out in the meal. You can tell these were not previously frozen. That someone actually bought a head of broccoli and then chopped it up. We return to a more traditional Chinese cuisine with a fish and tofu hot pot.
I'm actually excited about this one because this is a lot more traditional than sometimes I order.
Yeah, I'm generally against tofu as a part of a meal because, you know, everybody says, oh, it tastes good, but it tastes like the dish it's in. This dish tastes awesome. And the tofu, it's cooked on the outside, so when you bite into it, it does have a little bit of resistance.
This fish today, it was just very flavorful. You smell the dish and you don't smell the fish. And that's a crime. A lot of times you have vegetables and soup and they get kind of the same thing. They get kind of bland, kind of brown, kind of mushy. Yeah, mushy. And then this is very crisp, very fresh, very colorful. Amazing.
We follow that with a savory salt and pepper squid.
I guess I would think of it as kind of like Chinese calamari. It was mentioned as well that it was dry fried. Something that, again, we appreciate because we're trying not to have dishes that will kill you later. So you don't see too much grease left on the plate from the salt and pepper squid.
Let me try again.
Let me try 3 more times.
Okay, move on.
Oh, sorry. To the rice.
We see if I can do this without making a mess.
Oh, I see.
Skills.
All right, with your, like your basic fried rice, the obligatory, barbecued pork, but there's fresh mushrooms in this. When you're going through something you is routine and what you expect, and you get to an ingredient you're not expecting, it's nice.
The consistency of the rice is very good as well. Again, it hasn't turned to mush. You can identify each individual grain as you eat it.
Now for something really different, the curious but delicious fried shrimp dumplings.
Shrimp dumpling totally piques my curiosity. I love the presentation on it. It looks like a party favor.
There's delightful sound.
Oh, look at the inside,
the inside
too.
is moist.
Have you seen it though?
Yeah.
It's got a real nice pink color to it. You said it was shrimp, right?
Yeah.
Usually salad is a side dish, but we've
not here.
But it actually has chunks of chicken in it. It's crunchy. The flavor isn't ridiculously overpowering. You get the crunch of the lettuce. That's good.
And can I just say that I love the flavor of the dressing on the salad. If I could get the dressing just by itself and use it at home on my own salads, you can bet I would.
We had a lot of meals today, or a lot of
dishes.
A lot of dishes. Mark, what would you say is your favorite?
That's a tough choice. Probably my favorite would be the rice flour one, which was shrimp.
Yeah.
That one, I have to say, was probably one of my favorites.
Andy?
I have to say the hot pot was absolutely wonderful. It was a perfect meal in itself. But the dim sum, the pork clouds of goodness, it's hard to deny that those were just such an excellent dish.
This place, I am very happy is doing dim sum because they did it right. You can go to San Francisco or LA and get good dim sum, and we didn't have that here before in Fresno. It's nice to see that I can now go satisfy my dim sum flavor cravings here. Besides that, I am gonna have to go with the clay pot fish. It was unexpected. You usually think a soup that's been cooked in the clay pot would be mushy and bland, but that was really flavorful and had different textures. You got some firmness from the mushrooms, some more softness from the tofu, and a good density in the middle for the fish. The owner has told us there is a secret menu. I want to see that menu and everything that's in it. So the next couple of times we come here, we're going to have to order only
the
off
Chinese menu.
Chinese menu. It's green. So this is Ramon.
Angie.
And I'm Marcus.
Saying thank you for joining.